So I'd like to welcome everyone to the Budget and Finance Committee meeting of September 4th in the city of Gloucester. We are live at the City Hall conference room, as well as being on Zoom virtually. And virtually, we do have Chief Ed Connolly. We have JD Curley, DPW. We have Elise Sinagra, Council on Aging, and in person, we have Connor McCorkle, CFO, and please introduce yourself.
Michelle Shimataro.
And you are?
I'm on the Council of Aging Board.
Sweet, welcome, thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle. So my name is Scott Memhard, Ward 1 City Councilor, and with me is Councilor Tony Gross, Council President and at large. The first item on our agenda this evening for Budget and Finance is a memorandum from our police chief requesting acceptance for a fiscal year 2026 state 911 support and incentive grant, and it's in the amount of $102,983, and there's no local match. Chief, tell us about this generosity and where it fits in the scheme of things.
Good evening, councilors. Thank you for hearing me out. I wish I had some exciting news, but this is one of those annual grants that we get from the state. It's because we run a emergency 911, also known as a PSAP, and this amount of the grant covers the cost of operating and training personnel up to state standard for that facility.
And this is something, again, you said that we've received in the past. It's an annual grant.
I'm knocking on some wood, but yeah, yes, we receive it every year.
Councilor Gross, any questions?
Nope, it's pretty clear.
I would agree, and I will proceed to read the motion for us, which is for Budget and Finance to recommend that the City Council accept under Mass General Law 4453A, a state grant from the Massachusetts Executive Office of Public Safety and Security, a state 911 department fiscal year 2026 state 911 department support and incentive grant. And this is a program, and the value is $102,983. The grant period is from August 12th, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. And as said before, there is no local match for this grant, and I so move.
Second.
Motion has been made. Motion has been seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Nope.
Seems like we're ready to vote. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 2 in favor, 1 absent, and 0 opposed. Chief, carry on your evening.
Thank you very much, councilors. Good night.
Have a good one.
Item number 2 on our Budget and Finance agenda tonight is a memorandum from our Veteran Services Director, that is Elise Sinagra, requesting our acceptance of donations to support the Cape Ann. Excuse me, that's not you, is it, Elise? Do you want to take V's title?
No, I would rather have V remain my trusted colleague.
Okay, well, you're satisfied where you are?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Excuse me, the memorandum from the Veteran Services Director requesting the acceptance of donations to support the Cape Ann Veteran Services, and this is in the total amount of $2,758.25. That's $2,758.25. And the committee recommendation would be to recommend that the City Council accept various cash donations under Mass General Law 4453A to support veteran services in the amount of $2,758.25 from the following members and business partners within our community, whom are Pratty's CAV, Ed Camo, Shaw's Give Back Program, and Peter Gadetsky, for a total of $2,758.25. And I so move with thanks to the donors.
Second.
Motion been made, seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes 2 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent.
Looks like Jeff's here remotely.
Jeff?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Thank you. Welcome.
Happy to see you. Sorry I couldn't be there in person on time or even this on time, but first day of school, juggling with my kids and getting them back and their excitement caused me to be a little bit later. So I apologize if this is problematic. If it's easier to do it just the 2 of you, I don't object to stepping out, but I certainly be happy to participate.
You are more than welcome. We've just completed the first two items on the agenda, so we're now at item number 3, which is a memorandum from the DPW director, the finance manager, requesting our acceptance of Massachusetts Electric Vehicle Incentive Program, or Mass EVIP, in the total amount of $38,440. And JD, is that something that you're going to speak to?
Yep, that's what I'm here for. JD Curley,
Excellent.
Operations
Welcome.
Project Manager. So this Mass EVIP grant is to replace the public parking EV chargers we have in the Warner Street City Hall entrance and 51 Roger Street, also known as the Gloucester House parking lot. They are frequently not working and pretty inadequate for the type of charging that is required now. So it's a grant we got, and city DPW is going to cover the remainder, $2,678. These will be point of sale charging stations, unlike the ones we have now, which are free to use.
Okay. I don't know if your office has touched base with local attorney Joel Favazza. At the last city council meeting or one before, he made a comment about the condition of the Rogers Street, Gloucester House charging stations, and made an offer to support payment of one or more of those charging stations. I don't know.
Oh,
if
I
that
have
fits
not
into your
heard
plans.
that.
Is that, am I recalling things correctly?
Yep.
You are.
So I would urge you, we'll touch base with Joel as well, but I would urge you and your department to touch base with him about following through on that offer.
Yeah, if he wants to, if his firm would want to take up the rest of it, that'd be great.
I'm not sure the extent of it, but it was very specific and clear in the substance of his offer at a previous city council meeting.
Yeah, so I'd go through the mayor's office. Have Mike, contact the mayor's office because it would have been forwarded to him because it came during oral communication.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's Attorney Joel Favazza, whose office is on Main Street at the Savings Bank.
Seaside Legal.
Yep.
That's the one.
Yep.
All right.
Any other questions, gentlemen? Councilor Worsley?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, JD. Appreciate you. You said that these are point of sale. So there's a charge for the person charging, right? Do we know what those rates would look like at this point?
Bailey from Community Development will be managing that part of it. She already has a spreadsheet of surrounding locations from Boston to here, and they range from 0.25 kilowatts an hour. 25 cents, 0.25, 25 cents a kilowatt to 45 cents a kilowatt. So she'll crunch some numbers, and they come with a service contract right now for the two chargers. It's $1,600 for 3-year contract. So that'll come into consideration because we got to pay they'll end up paying. We get 1 year free, and then that'll cover the service. They can cover the service contract going further for the networking and all that stuff.
Would there be a savings potentially if Attorney Favazza in his offer to, I think he said he'd be willing to pay for and I don't want to put words in his mouth, so if that's not what he said, we can check the record, but that he'd be willing to
Well,
pay.
this is a grant that we're approving.
No, I understand that, but if there is a savings where we approve the grant and get a purchase, if we buy 3 or 4 or 5 because they're in bulk, does the rate go down lower so we get more? Does the grant money go further because we can leverage other money?
Grant was applied for the 2 locations only, for 1 station, which has 2 ports on it.
I understand. I'm not saying we wouldn't accept the grant. I'm just saying, does the price come down so there's a little extra money? Because you said there was a differential between what the grant covers and the cost, and the city was going to cover that, but maybe that would be saved if we were to add in Joel Favazza's offer. Is that even an option?
I would believe we would have to renegotiate or reapply with the state for that grant to say we want to add more chargers. It was pretty specific. It's been a long process. We started this in early spring.
Sounds like a
So,
no.
right.
I understand that. Thank you.
Yep.
And then last question, why these two locations? Is this the most used location compared to the one?
They're the only two public lots we have existing charging stations.
This is the Warner Street parking lot.
Warner Street, City Hall, and the Gloucester House parking lot.
Oh, this includes the Gloucester House parking lot. I missed that. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
Great. Councilor Gross?
No, I read it. The packet was pretty comprehensive of the information that came in.
Thanks for your work on this, JD.
Yep, thank you, JD.
So the committee recommendation, Budget and Finance would move to recommend that the city council accept under Mass General Law 4453A, a state grant from the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, a Massachusetts Electric Vehicle Incentive Program, grant program for $38,440 for the purpose of funding two dual port electric vehicle charging stations at City Hall, that would be Warren Street, and at Rogers Street, which is the Gloucester House lot. The grant period is from August 13th, 2025 through April 24th, 2027. And there is no local match for this grant, and I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, and is there any further discussion?
No.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilor Worthley?
if you could suspend the rules just for a moment, I've noticed that Joel Favaz is on the call. If we could just allow him to reiterate his offer, so.
We're talking about a grant here. You know, anything conversation with has no bearing on this grant.
Okay, Councilor Memhard raised it, and you didn't question him when he raised it, so I figured, as he's the chairperson of the committee.
I believe that Attorney Favaza should dovetail with the mayor's office to clarify his offer to the city council to offer further support to either, as you suggested, either additional charging stations or offsetting some of the cost of these proposed stations. But I don't think that that's, as Councilor Gross said, germane to the grant application that's before us right now, though I appreciate the interest.
Right, I
Okay,
mean, always happy to take money, but we're voting on a grant. We want to make
I
sure we get
understand.
this, we want to make sure we get this grant. And
right, where Councilor Memhard raised it, I figured it'd be worth discussing. We're good.
And again, we can look forward to following up with Joel offline and making sure that they connect with JD Curley and with the mayor's office with his offer on that.
Thank you.
And then item number 4 on our budget and finance.
we didn't vote. Roll call.
Roll call vote because we have one absent, one remote. So Councilor Gross,
Aye.
Councilor Worthley,
Aye.
Councilor Memhard, aye. Motion passes 3 in favor, 0 opposed. That's item number 3, the electric vehicle incentive program charging stations. Item number 4 is a memorandum from the Director of Elder Services, circling back to Elise again. Aye. Requesting our acceptance of the Mass Council on Aging Field Demonstration Project Grant in the amount of $25,000. Elise, would you like to fill us in on this?
Yes, I would. Thank you. And before I get started, I really want to thank Council on Aging Board Member Michelle Shimataro for being there just to support me and to be in support of what the intentions are with this grant. Hi, Michelle, and thanks for being there. So I am going to share screen right now. Let me put this on. Beginning. All right. So are you seeing my screen now?
Oh,
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. I think, wait a minute. Yeah, if this doesn't work quickly, then I'll bail out. But I think actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think I have to do something to share screen. And I'm not sure I know how to do that. I thought it might be at you guys' end.
We don't have lines of assistance right here this afternoon, but
I
That's
think
okay.
I need to promote her I need to promote her as a participant.
Oh, that's it. Okay. It's okay. I'll just read
she's
what
a
I have.
panelist.
23 slides,
Okay.
and I can just read you the information.
She is a panelist, Jeff. So she's
Okay.
already voted.
Then she should really share a screen then, right?
I think, wait a minute.
Right in the center of the, down the bottom, right in the
Down
center.
Center. Oh, share. Oh my gosh. It couldn't have been any more clear. Holy smokes. Okay.
Learn something new every day, Elise,
It's been a long day.
for
Okay.
all of us. Yes. It's looking like you're moving in the right direction. It's looking excellent. It's better than excellent.
Okay. Okay. All right. You're seeing that slide now?
Beautiful, just beautiful, Elise.
Excellent. Okay, thank you so much. So this grant is from the Massachusetts Council on Aging. We applied for it. It's what they call the Service Incentive Grant. And these are for what they call field demonstration projects. And we applied, the category that we applied under was senior center modernization, and rebranding efforts fall under that category. And we have been encouraged, to undertake, some rebranding efforts by the Mass Council on Aging and by the Executive Office of Age and Independence. So to just kind of back that all up a little bit, I just wanted to show you that when I went to try to get some slides that just had some basic data points from some of this research that has shown the negative connotations with the word senior. And it was kind of like trying to drink from a fire hose because there's just so much of it out there. So I was very fortunate in that I did find this February 2017 something called a meta-analysis that was done called Finding the Framework, and it was done by the Frameworks Institute, which is a nonprofit think tank that advances the nonprofit sector's communications capacity by framing the public discourse about social problems. So they did this 2017 meta-analysis, which means they went out there and they did an analysis of a bunch of independent studies, on the subject. And it's a huge report, but I pulled out this screenshot from the report that does talk about some of the terms used in aging focus. And I like that little sliding scale thing on the bottom that shows in one stage of this particular experiment, because in addition to providing a meta-analysis of existing research, this report actually includes research that they at the Frameworks Institute did as well. So this is part of some of the research that they did as part of this report. And they showed that when participants were provided with one of five terms and asked to rate them on a 5-point scale across a number of competence related adjectives, so capable, frail, independent, wise, they were averaged to create an overall measure of perceived competence. The resulting analysis reveals a clear continuum of competence associated with different labels. And you'll see, very unfortunately, that the word senior is associated as least competent, then elder, then senior citizen, then older person, then older adult. So that was back in 2017. Since then, I found this journal article that is from the American Geriatric Society, talking about in 2021, they referenced that 2017 study in talking about why it is that they decided to adopt the American Medical Association's Manual of Style, which again, same thing, reinforced that certain words like aged, elders, elderly, and seniors should not be used because they connote discrimination and certain negative stereotypes, and that the journal thus adopted older adults and older persons or people, and they explicitly advocated against using the elderly, seniors, or senior citizens. And then coming a little closer to today, in 2023, I found a blog for researchers. The National Institute on Aging had a spot that was a blog spot for researchers. And I found an article called Don't Call Me Old, and it was about avoiding ageism when writing about aging. And they, again, reiterated language to avoid. It's important to recognize terminology that reflects damaging stereotypes about older adults and aging. Certain words and phrases, although intended to be benign or even positive, may inadvertently perpetuate negative attitudes. They say same thing, that the words that have negative connotations, such as the aged, elderly, senior citizen, and of course, boomer, which we would never ever use. And then more recently, in January of this year, what had been the State Executive Office of Elder Affairs, they wanted to get elder out of their name, and they rebranded to be the Executive Office of Age and Independence. And that just shows you kind of the headline of that press release. So that's it for my slick screen sharing capabilities here. on Zoom. Let's see. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So I did put in the packet the proposal that I made, so you can see what it was that I promised to the Mass Council on Aging to get this grant. And you can see the contract that Mass Council on Aging provided us, that Mayor Verga has signed up on. So yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to hit the ground running. I've already met with Council on Aging Board Chair Fred Cowan to have some initial discussions about the kind of focus groups, the kind of categories of our constituents that we want to have involved in the focus groups. And then we've also gone so far already, because this is all stuff we can do without drawing up a purchase order or doing anything with touching the grant money. We did have in one of our board meetings, we had a nice session where we, each of the board members was kind of assigned and gladly accepted their assignment as being a liaison and being a board member who's going to be involved with that, each of the different particular focus groups. So we've already hit the ground a little bit, but until we can't really hit the ground really running until we can start drawing purchase orders, and that needs approval by BNF so that we can start doing all that good stuff.
Sounds like good work to me, at least. Councilors, any other questions? Councilor Gross, Councilor Wardley? No. Councilor?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. First, Elise, this is something you've been pushing for at least 3 or 4 years that we've been talking about this. And I want to congratulate you for pulling this together. You've turned it from talk to action, which I really appreciate. And I think this will go a long ways towards empowering people to participate with, I'm going to still call it the senior center until we have another name, but I think we'll empower people to feel motivated to be part of this. And I think it's awesome you're doing this. In the grant proposal, it looked like, and I could be wrong, that you were not including the words Rose Baker.
No, and one thing that is certain is that the words Rose Baker will, as long as I'm alive, as long as I have any say in it, the words Rose Baker will always be attached to this building. The part we want removed is just the word senior. And sometimes even because senior is then followed by center, I think that kind of leads to some of that confusion between us and senior care, senior center. So, you know, I kind of like Rose Baker Center for Aging Well. And that's the one I've been always had in the back of my mind as being the most reflective. I think it rolls off the tongue. I think that it still says that we're a center. It says what we do without putting any kind of label on who we serve. It just says this is what we do. We're about aging well. And a lot of the research that I did read talked about the fact that the aging process needs to be normalized as something that like everybody does. We're all aging. So I like Rose Baker Center for Aging Well. But one of the things that I think is really exciting about the focus groups and engaging with a professional brand consultant and talking to so many different pieces of people in the community is going to be that, you know what, if I'm wrong, if everybody doesn't like Rose Baker Center for Aging Well and they like something different, well then so be it. I want it to bubble up from the process and be what people all like, because it's very important that everybody has some buy-in, that they feel that their voices were listened to. And that's important. And we don't want to just have people feel like they were listened to. We're actually going to listen to them and we're going to see. But I'm going to advocate. I am going to try for the one I like. I mean, I think it's a good one. But if something else comes up that other people like better, then I just, as long as it's not Rose Baker Senior Center, Rose Baker Center for Older Adults, Rose Baker. I mean, there's lots of different things, and we'll see what the community wants. So
Great.
So thank you for answering my question. Appreciate that you'll still honor Rose Baker. And from the seniors I know that are participating, it's like the fountain of youth for them. So thank you for the work you're doing and appreciate your efforts here.
So we'll call the place the Fountain of Youth for Rose Baker.
I like it. It's gonna rain.
We should all drink from that fountain.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move the committee forward with the recommendation that Budget and Finance makes to recommend that the City Council accept under Mass General Law, Chapter 44, 53A, a state grant from the Massachusetts Council on Aging and the Senior Directors, Inc., a senior center modernization grant program in the amount of $25,000. The grant period is from July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, and there is no local match for this grant, and I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Further discussion?
Good job, Elise.
Excellent, really excellent. As Counselor Worthley said, words to action. Roll call vote. Counselor Gross,
Aye.
Counselor Worthley,
Aye.
Counselor Memhard. Aye, motion passes 3 in favor, 0 opposed, and we wish you well on that. We'll look forward to the outcome. And Rose Baker will too.
Thank you so much. Thanks again, Michelle.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you. Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night, Elise. Thank you. The last item on our budget and finance agenda this evening is a memorandum from the city auditor regarding accounts having expenditures exceeding authorization and the auditor's report and any other related business.
He's off on.
Well earned, he's actually taking care of his folks in Portugal, yeah.
Oh,
I don't believe there's anything that caught my eye, other counselors in the overdraft report. Counselor Worthley?
No, I didn't see it for some reason. This
Emailed
come,
it separately earlier this week.
it
yeah,
always comes separate.
I know it came separately. I was dealing with some family health issues on Monday, and Tuesday, so I'm a little behind on that.
Not a
One
problem.
question I was going to ask is, where we stand with our DPW expenses, and I don't know if that's reflected in here yet. Just keeping an eye on.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay, nothing that's alarming or concerning. It's all sustainable at this point. I'm guessing.
Honor says yes.
Yes,
A settlement and resolution with the Republic Services would be helpful, but
yes.
in the interim,
But for now, we just have a high overtime cost in that month.
Oh, withholding payment.
Correct.
yeah, they're asking to shift to change the recycling to once every 2-week pickups.
Yep.
And I'm not sure how long the DPW plans to keep the recycling depot center at Poplar Street open in the meantime or not, but we'll look the way to see. It was a busy place when I was there the other day. But the
It's a very
DPW,
specific question. I have a very specific question, but it might be too much for just the overdraft report. So if it is, just stop me. My recycling got picked up today at my house. I thought it wasn't going to start till next week.
No, this week.
this week, a
That's
day
what,
late.
that was what the announcement said this week.
A lot of people were not prepared for it, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't either, but I heard the truck. I looked out the window and ran out and got my stuff.
Exactly.
So it was
It'll be,
awesome.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, every other week. So not next week, but
Right. So does that mean that in the interim? Okay, hang on.
We don't
Are
know
we
that
paying-
answer.
Okay, hang on. No, are we paying Republic replacement workers to do that? Or are we paying DPW workers to do that?
Paying Republican.
Paying Republic anything, but Republic's picking it up,
Okay.
right? Republic came by your house today?
No, JRM came by my house today.
Oh, it's the same thing. Republic bought JRM.
Okay,
that was
so it's
the
not
old,
JRM. I got it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
just an old truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
When JRM, we almost
Yep.
lost everything and Republic came in and bought them.
I didn't know they bought their trucks too. So when JRM came, I thought maybe we hired another contractor on top of paying TPW, on top of paying Republic, or not paying Republic.
This was a year or two ago when Republic took over for JRM. That
So
nothing to do with the strike.
predates that.
I just didn't know when I saw their trucks if it was another contract. Okay,
It's a step forward, that's all I can say.
Yeah. So JRM trucks are Republic trucks, just without a new paint job.
got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Does that mean?
So moved.
Second, roll call vote, Counselor Gross, Counselor Worthley,
Aye.